You know? I like sweeter or regular marg.
I just do the strawberry.
I'm about to look for food until he comes back.
This chicken is fried, yeah.
It looks really good and crispy. No wonder it's fucking huge. This whole time. You were shaking your head, so I was like, oh no. Pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
Well, where's the crust though?
Sorry.
I'm about to burp. That's so. How do you use the start? That's what it's saying. I don't know if there's any I want.
Actually technically both of them. Oh, I see it. What is it actually?
Hi guys, so I just got back from Trader Joe's. It was my first time going. I got some snacks that I saw on TikTok, of course. One of the things I saw actually a coworker with was mini almost everything bagel. Little like, they're kind of like Cheez-Its-ish, like little, or like the little Ritz ones with the cheese in them. Some little probably healthy onion ring chips. I got some tortilla chips because I got spicy green herbal sauce to go with the tortilla chips. And then I also got two little like pasta salad bowls. This one's lemon basil, and then this one's what, a Mediterranean style pasta salad. So this one has rice and like dried tomatoes and some mixed greens, this one too, or spinach. So I'm excited to eat these. These will probably just come with me to work. And also we went to Cheesecake Factory. Didn't know my boyfriend's never been to Cheesecake Factory. It was really good. I'm gonna eat another bite of the cheesecake, but so full off of everything I got there. I got a yummy pasta. I got like a lemon garlic pasta with some shrimp and asparagus. And then I got a skinny mojito. And then we ended up going to another bar after we went to Barnes & Noble, which also never been there before. I was so happy and excited because I'm new to reading. I'm gonna show what books I got as well. But then we went to another bar. I got some more food there. Of course, I only took a few bites because I was really full. And I took that home, so I'm gonna eat that tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'm also going to breakfast. So I'll probably go to breakfast and then that will be my lunch and dinner tomorrow. All right, let's try these. This is so weird. It's just weird having a cream cheese mini bagel. That's like, but I mean, I eat cheeses, so that's chemical cheese, whatever. That's what people from Australia must feel when they eat our stuff and wonder why our cheese is in the fridge. And I'm like, girl, I've learned not to question things. Okay, now for the goods. I just put my book in here so I can carry it all in here. But Twisted Lies is the book I'm reading right now. I just finished Twisted Hate. I'm like new to reading. So I got these books last year. 2023, my goal was to read more, and I did not do that in the slightest. I bought the Twisted series, and I bought Twisted Love, which is the first book. And I had that book March of 2023. Read the first 100 pages because I thought it was so good. I've never read anything like that. And I went from reading like the inheritance games, because these books I just got, like, I looked up what like romance books to read on TikTok, because like I said, I'm like new to reading. Like nothing in me wanted to read before, but now I do. There's nothing to watch on TV, so I'd rather just read or listen to the audio version of it, which we're not even gonna talk about it. Well, we are. We're gonna talk about how much I spend on books, and not just books. I'm an audio listener too, so I buy both. Sometimes I read on my own, but at least over half the book I'm following along with someone else reading. Because if I don't, I'm gonna read the same page at least twice to comprehend what I just read. And I don't have time for that. When this book is kind of thick, they all get kind of thicker. But anyways, I went from reading the inheritance games, which I never finished those. I really thought they would be really good because of the way they were talked about. Someone said it had them in a chokehold. It's not the worst book I've ever read. I think it's like a good start for people who are looking to read romance stuff and you don't want to, like, you know, 50 Shades of Grey, I guess. So you want to start out a little bit easier. So yeah, if you want something that's not super 50 Shades of Grey, I would totally recommend the Inheritance Games. I am going to finish the last 2 books. And then they just came out with Hawthorne Brothers. I just talked about that in my last video. They came out with a 4th book, and I honestly can't imagine what it could be about, even though I didn't finish the books. But these, going from the Inheritance Games to the Twisted series, you know, I really wish I would have actually read, like I said I would in 2023, reread Twisted Love, and it is amazing. I can't describe my love for these books. And I'm only like 26 pages in this one. I will say one thing that's annoying, because I lose my place a lot because I fall asleep. The audio and the book are not on the same chapters. The chapters are like 3 chapters off because of the way that the audio is, and it's annoying. None of the other books were like that, but just this one just bothers me a little bit, but it's nothing too serious. It's just gonna be hard to find my place every time I'm reading. I thought that I loved the first one the most until I read the 3rd one, because people were saying that they get better every time. I read the 2nd one. It wasn't particularly my cup of tea, but it just had to do with the type of love trope. It just depends on what you like. It was written very well. It's really good. I like it. It just wasn't my love trope, that's all. But it was really good. It was enjoyable still. Like, I still liked it. It's just not my favorite. But I know it's a lot of people's favorite, so please don't be mean to me about it. I think it's okay if we don't have the same, like, you know, love interest that we like the most or whatever. So, but enemies to lovers is my favorite love trope, honestly. I love it. I eat it up every time. Twisted Hate is so special to me. I am going to reread that book probably probably after I'm done with this. I'll probably reread it. It's just so good. I know I'm gonna get some hate for saying this, but can you guys please just understand this is me being delusional? If they ever turn it into a show or a movie, everyone says that like they would want it to be a movie. Personally, considering it's too like a dual like perspective, I would prefer honestly to be a show, because every other episode would be so cool. It'd be like 10 episodes of every other like episode of someone's personality or someone's point of view in one and someone else's point of view in the other one. But I gotta say, like, I've never read a character where I'm like so similar to them, and just like everything about Jules, like just everything. Honestly, if I had the opportunity to like audition for her, I would, because she's a redhead, and people say redheads, they don't mean me, but I also have red hair. And I know that make a lot of people very upset, and they'd be like, oh, I think you would be better for Stella. Stella's 6 foot. It's basically Zendaya, but in book form, which I would not want her to be casted as that. I love her, love Zendaya, but I would love if they make a book series into a show or a movie to be unknown actors, please. I'm delusional, and I believe I'll be an actress one day, and honestly, if there was one role that I would truly like need to play in my life, is Jules. I love that book so much. I'm going to read it again. I had to keep rereading some of the same pages because I love it so much, and I have not done that yet since I've been reading. But there's just something special about it. It's just like the enemies to lovers is so fiery. It's so good. The brother in the 3rd book is the sister of the 1st book. And it's basically just like there's 4 girls who are friends, and it's like each of them have their own book. The 3rd one is just my favorite. I just love everything about it. I would just like to add, while I'm editing this video, that I in fact love Twisted Lies just as much as I love Twisted Hate. I spoke way too soon. I absolutely love Stella's character. I love the plot twist. I love Christian. I can't decide what I like between, I can't decide on which one I like more. I have to be a part of this project, whether I play one of the main characters or a side character or something. I absolutely love them, and I know some people might say, oh, I didn't picture you. I don't care what you pictured. Some of you guys are a little toxic about turning book characters into actors in real life. Y'all are toxic about it. I saw like the fairy copies of the Twisted series, and someone in the comments said, didn't picture Stella to be so dark, which she was my skin tone. I'm a light-skinned black girly. Stella's not that dark. Also, they mentioned at least like 10 times that she's brown. But all the fan like casting chose someone who's like tan. But it literally says she's brown in the book. Anyways, I will be dyeing my hair dark and wearing it curly and getting curly hair extensions so that I can play Stella. Okay, next. Someone said that Jules, in the comments, they go, why is Jules fat? Did we read the same book? It didn't say she was skinny. It said that she's thick. She's like 5'5", I think, in the book, or 5'6", which is like, you know, that's average height. That's not like super tall or anything. She's slim, thick, big boobs and a big butt. And they call her JR, Jessica Rabbit. My question is what do people think slim, thick is? Do we think it means skinny with like a little whoosh or something? Like, do we know what being thick is? There's different kinds of thickness, but like in the book, she's described as JR, so she's clearly slim thick. She had a little bit of arm, and people were calling her fat and said, that's not what I pictured. I pictured Madeline from Riverdale. There's other redheads in the world. I know some people are not ready to hear that, but there is other redheads in the world. And y'all are mean. So I truly hope that whoever they, like, for real, whoever they cast is not like a skinny person. Not that there's anything wrong with that body type at all, but somebody like me who, you know, most of my life I was treated as like a fat person, and I'm quoting that because some people might not believe me, but being like any kind of curve, being slim thick was not a cute thing in high school, the school I went to, and I've mentioned this before, but like just on social media, it goes to show that like we have not fully moved past that at all. Like people were calling her fat, but I was like, that is exactly what I pictured her to look like. Maybe she was a little bit taller than I pictured, because I remember Josh Chen being taller than her, but they were like the same height in the picture. So maybe just a little bit shorter. But other than that, like she looked fine. And someone like who resonates with not being super, super skinny, I would love to see more characters like that on screen. But I just found that super interesting. Anyways, I finished the Twisted series. My manager gave me a book. I think it's called The Archer's Voice. I read that before I read some other books, just so that I can give her book back, and I'm excited to read it. And no one's ever loaned me a book, so I'm excited. I did hear it's like Colleen Hoover books, and I'm honestly not really interested in her books. I did kind of look up on TikTok what the book is about, and I think it's trauma bonding. I'm not a fan of relationships when people are together because of trauma. As someone who has a lot of trauma, the long term, like longevity, isn't gonna work. But yeah, I'm not over the Twisted series. I'm still thinking about it. I literally went back and listened to my favorite scenes from each book as soon as I finished them, because they're so freaking good. Yeah, they're amazing. They are, in fact. And some people might be like, you don't give this, you don't give that. I couldn't see you playing her. Y'all have never seen me act. I can act down bad. Have I taken an acting class? No. I have not. Maybe I can act. Maybe. No, I can. You should see me cry. I can cry on command. You want to know what that's from? Trauma. A messed up childhood. That's the key to acting, not acting classes, actually. Trauma. I got 3 books because I'm not made of money, and I think I spent $83 on 3 books. I did look up on Amazon though to see if they have the same price, because I was like, I've never been to a bookstore. I really just want to like go get a book, like, you know, like, oh my gosh, guys, I went to a bookstore, so crazy, so mysterious, and had headphones on. That's the vibe I wanted, but I wanted to look up to see if I was gonna spend too much money and see if it's worth it. Looked it up on Amazon and they costed the same basically. If anything, it was like $2 cheaper at Barnes & Noble. But I got this book. I did look this up to see reviews to see if it was worth reading, because I honestly need opinions and stuff to persuade me to read something. I didn't see a whole lot about this book, so I'm excited to read this. I was like, I'm gonna give this a chance because this is a very little book. 346 pages, I think. It's little. Enemies to lovers, I believe, the love trope. So as soon as I saw that, I was like intrigued. And it says, after years of hustling, Colin Carter has finally made it back to her parents' house. Between tending to the compost with her newly retired dad and running into her high school nemesis at the only decent coffee shop in town. Oh, sounds like small town. Okay, it's like Collins realized this subdivision from HEOO she'd never return to is her rock bottom. Then the homeowners association complaint arrived. Nathaniel Adams always dreamt of a nice, quiet life in his suburban hometown, or at least that's what he thought until Collins moved back and sent his quaint and organized life into a tailspin. He thought Collins was infuriating 10 years ago, but when she announces she's running against him for HOA president, all bets are off. Ooh. From secret board meetings to vicious smear campaigns whispered over backyard fences, Collins and Nate sink to levels their sleepy suburbs have never seen before. But as hate turns into lust, these two enemies are forced to reckon with the feelings they have ignored for years. If only there were bylaws for real life. I hope it's a good enemies to lovers. Someone said, everyone's saying that they liked it, but also it was like 3 people who read this book. I hope this is good. This is a cute little one. I was like, I'll take a chance on this one. I was gonna get Wildfire, but I haven't even read Icebreaker yet, so I don't even know if I like that type of writing that she does. I don't know anything about the author, so I think I need to start with one book and then we'll read another one of her series. I just have so many things, but I have a feeling I should read this one, probably then Icebreakers, and then, which everyone at work, I'm getting them to read the Twisted series. I accidentally bought 2 of them and someone just bought them off me, but I did it. First off, this is absurd. Okay. Yeah, secondly, I don't like hard copies. I like paperback. I like to break the spine. It triggers people, but I'm a bender, breaker, twister. Can't really do that with this. You're gonna break the book, but it's fine. Other than that, they're very pretty. I like the covers. I'm excited to read them. I also heard this is enemies to lovers. I think we're sensing a pattern. Guys, I swear I don't like only enemies to lovers. I do like Grumpy Sunshine. I really like any romance, but I'm such enemies to lovers. But I need some recommendations on non-enemies to lovers because I already got, I don't even know what Icebreakers is. There's so much enemies to lovers, so I kind of do want to switch it up a little bit. I just need romance. Again, no cheating. And what else did I say I didn't like? I don't know. My friend did also give me this book I want to read. I think she said it's a little bit of like tragedy or something. I don't remember. But this is also on my to-do list to read. It's not too big. It's not too bad. It's 300 pages. But I have also this book to read. But I need some other books that aren't enemies to lovers. Anyways, I'm really excited to read these. I did ask if this book was easy to follow along because I heard mixed reviews. And someone on my video on TikTok said it's hard to follow along for the first 3 chapters and then it's easy after that. Because it's like building a whole entire world. I'm gonna try my best to understand. I'm just not smart. Geography. I'm one of those Americans, in fact. Also, there's only 2 books, which is crazy. I'm not used to reading a series with only 2 books. So that's exciting, considering these are massive. This is giving Harry Potter, like, and the handwriting is tiny. I mean, handwriting. The typing, the font is tiny. I'm excited, though. I'm definitely really excited for all my reads I got. I don't got my Icebreaker right here, but that's also one of them. So this is like 5 books I have to read. Oh my gosh, and still in the package on my bookshelf, I bought the Caraval series. I don't even remember what that's about in the slightest that intrigued me about it. I need to stop buying books and read the ones that are on my bookshelf first. That's my goal, is to read every single book I have before I buy more. So I have these 4. I have the 3. I don't even know if I'm saying the series right because I don't even remember the exact name. The Caraval. And I have to finish Hawthorne Legacy and Final Gambit and Hawthorne Brothers. I got 10 books. Some people that might not be a lot. For me it is. But I've been getting quicker. So my goal though is to read like these 2 little books in a week. But I can't like hold myself accountable for it, because then I won't enjoy it and I won't read. If it feels like a chore and a duty, I'm not going to do it. I don't even know if it's actually 10. Oh, I also have to I also have to read Say You Swear. I got my friend that book for Christmas and I think she said she read it and liked it. I also have to read that. Oh my god. Guys, why do I keep buying so many books that I don't finish? I'm gonna have a whole library of books that I didn't read, but I'm going to. I'm done buying books until I read them.